them in Babylon. And then that was something you have seen in the first chapter of the book of Daniel. Remember that in this chapter, the king would like to eat with Daniel, and Daniel didn't want to eat with the king because, you know, the Jewish people, they have a law. They don't have to eat any kinds of food, any kinds of meat. And then for this law, for this kind, Daniel didn't want to eat with the king, and the Lord was so happy with that. For this reason, Daniel asked to them, give me 10 days, and 10 days you shall see me, because I don't want to eat the meat, I don't want to eat this kind of food. I will only eat the fruit. And then now God had for them tens more knowledge over the people of Babylon. This is something that you have seen in the first chapter in the book of Daniel. Let's go to the second chapter. In the second chapter, my God, you have seen that the king of Babylon, he received a dream. He received a revelation from the Lord, and then he couldn't even remember that, even the meaning of this dream. For this reason, the king asked to everybody, every magician, every astrologers, he asked them, if you let me remember this dream, if you give me the explanation of the dream, I will give you more power in my kingdom. Unfortunately, nobody could let them remember this dream and then give them explanation. I can tell you, my brother, this is the program of the Lord, for him to show that Daniel is my servant, and then I will reveal him this secret that nobody could reveal to you. That this is something that you have seen in the second chapter. Let me tell you what was the dream. In the dream, Daniel told to the king, and the dream, you have seen there is a great image, a statue, and then his head was in gold, and then his arms was in silver, and then his stomach was in bronze, and then his feet was in iron. And then when Daniel finished to explain this dream to the king would like to give to Daniel the opportunity to lead some cities. And then Daniel told to the king, it's not only me who was praying for you. I have 3 brothers with me who help me to pray with you. For this reason, let me stay in the kingdom and give to my friends the opportunity to lead to the other cities. And then the king gives to Daniel authority to reign in the kingdom. And then he had his 3 brothers who were praying with him to lead the other city. And then in chapter 3, what thing you have seen? You have seen that the king asked to create a great image for him. An image who was only in gold. You remember that? And the dream that he received, it was not only in gold. And then the king wouldn't want to other kingdom come. He asked to create an statue for him only in gold. And then in chapter 3, he asked to everybody to come to worship. Everybody come to bow down to worship this statue, to worship this image. And then there were the 3 friends of Daniel. They don't want to come down. They don't want to worship this image. For this reason, he told them, if you don't want to worship this statue, I will take you and I will throw you to the fire burns. And then the 3 friends of Daniel, they thought, even if God didn't come to save me, I will not bow down before this image and to worship this image, because we are serving a great king, a powerful king. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. When they take this brother, when they take those 3 young Jewish, they're throwing to the bonfires. They have seen they had another people who was working with them in the bonfires. My God. The Lord has performed a great miracles for those 3 young Jewish, because they did not want to worship this statue. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something very important. And then let me remember this thing. Do you remember that the king told to the people, if those 3 young Jewish, they don't want to worship the statue, you better add 7 times of fire over this burn of fire. And then let me tell you something. Do you know what God has done over this king? The Lord will throw a sickness over this king, and this one will spend 7 years in the wilderness. He will lack an ox. He will eat grass to the wilderness, because when you throw away those 2 young Jewish into the burn of fire, it was something that you have done against me, the Lord. And then I was explaining something over the chapter 3. Let's go to the chapter 4. In the first chapter, what was occurring in this chapter? And then the king received another dream. He received another dream. He has seen a great tree. And then there is an angel come down and give an order. The angel told, cut off the branch, cut off this tree, let the roots in the ground. And then what was running Willie? This is the judgment of the Lord over the king Nebuchadnezzar, because this one doesn't want to accept God as the great commenter and the creator of the world. The Lord will send a judgment over his life. Let me tell you something. After 12 months, this king was speaking into his kingdom. He heard a voice into his ears. A verse I say, today I will cast you out to this kingdom. You're gonna go to the wilderness. You will eat grass. And that will be for 7 years. Ladies and gentlemen, he received this dream. He didn't know what was the meaning of the dream. And then the prophet Daniel gave him this revelation. And then Lord would like to reveal himself, that you have a selfishness inside in your life.